Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are set to square off for the undisputed super middleweight title on September 13th in a matchup for the history books. This fight has many similarities to the 1987 matchup between legends Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard at middleweight. Similarly to the '87 clash, a living legend is defending his titles against another living legend moving up two weight classes. Hagler was the man at 160, just as Canelo is the man at 168, and Sugar Ray jumped from welterweight to middleweight, just as Crawford is jumping from super welterweight to super middleweight. When pundits give their fight analysis, they say Crawford has a slightly slimmer frame, but is more skilled all around. And that is accurate. Not completely, but it's still accurate. However, that is just simply how things must be. Smaller weight classes usually require a greater level of skill than a higher weight class, which is why you won't find at 160 or 147 or at 135 a Deontay Wilder type of fighter who will lose every second of every round of every fight, but has the opportunity to land one haymaker with some of the most horrendous form you've ever seen and possibly win the fight. Heavyweights won't make you pay for fundamental mistakes the way a lightweight would. Similarly, I could say Inoue is far more skilled than Tank Davis, or Bud Crawford is more skilled than Usyk. That doesn't mean they would win in a fight, though. Their weight classes simply require a greater level of skill. My case in point, Floyd Mayweather Jr., the most skilled boxer of all time, skill for skill, pound for pound, he never came in at a fight above 151 pounds. Even in his super welterweight 154 fights. But he would never beat a Roy Jones Jr. at 160 or 168. Allow me to propose a comparison, this time using MMA, a more complete combat sport requiring even greater skill, specifically the UFC, due to their simpler model of championship recognition. In recent years, we have seen some double champ challenges made by the likes of Alexander Volkanovski and Ilia Topuria, as well as a weight jump by Max Holloway. Nobody will deny that these three former 145 champs are active legends with special talents. And at the same time, nobody will deny that the same is true about Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. Yet, when we saw Volk jump from 145 to 155 to challenge Islam, he put up a better match than any 155er had ever done before, with the exception of 155 Pantoja, who caught and slept him. And when Ilia Topuria moved up to face Charles, he proved his elite skill and even slumped Charles in the first round. When Max Holloway moved up to 155 on full training camps for Gaethje and then the third Poirier fight, he outclassed these guys. He even flatlined Gaethje. The point is, the skill level of elite fighters will usually carry on so long as they have sufficient time to train, and Bud Crawford has had plenty. With that being said, guys like Canelo, Bud, and Usyk are all extremely unique cases. Their skills transcend logic to the point where they are more skilled than some of their lighter weight counterparts, which is what makes this fight so evenly matched. Canelo has been physically smaller than all of his opponents since 2017, with the exception of Jermell Charlo, who still had a height and reach advantage. But he did not have time to acclimate his frame. But Crawford has had that time. Canelo is a small 168-pounder and should be at 160 if he cut weight the same way most top fighters do. However, this is not to say there is no limit to how far these weight jumps can be made, because there is. I just don't believe it will be the deciding factor in this clash between Canelo and Crawford. It's still a factor, it's just not the biggest factor. The biggest factor will be the skills.